Welcome to UK Voices 22. The moment Meghan Markle walked onto the iconic red sofa of the Graham Norton Show, the atmosphere shifted, not in admiration, but in shock. The cameras caught it all. As Meghan smiled and waved, a thunderous wave of boos erupted from the audience, echoing across the studio like a verdict on her fractured reputation. This wasn't just a few hecklers. This was loud, unified, and impossible to ignore. For a woman who once believed she could conquer both Hollywood and the monarchy, this public rejection left her visibly shaken. Viewers at home didn't just see a duchess on a talk show, they saw a duchess publicly humiliated. But how did it come to this? Why would a primetime British audience turn against Meghan so savagely? And why does this moment matter more than any other scandal she has faced so far? The answer lies in the tangled web of Meghan's choices, betrayals, and relentless ambition that has left her despised on both sides of the Atlantic. This is not rumor. This is not tabloid gossip. This is what unfolded in front of millions, the culmination of years of growing resentment toward Meghan Markle. And the more we unravel what happened before, during, and after this shocking broadcast, the clearer it becomes. Meghan's downfall was written the moment she believed she could outshine the very institution she abandoned. The boos weren't just about Meghan's appearance. They were a reflection of everything she has come to symbolize for the British public. To many, Meghan represents betrayal, turning her back on the royal family while profiting from its name, slamming the monarchy in interviews, and painting herself as the eternal victim. When she sat on Graham Norton's sofa, the audience didn't see a glamorous duchess promoting her brand. They saw the woman who dragged Britain's most beloved institution into chaos and controversy. Insiders close to the production confirmed the audience's hostility wasn't spontaneous. It had been building from the moment Meghan's booking was announced. Viewers were outraged that the BBC would platform someone they feel has lied, manipulated, and disrespected both the Queen and the country. Social media was ablaze even before the show aired, with hashtags like #BooForMeghan and #NotOurDuchess trending across Twitter and TikTok. The people were ready, and when the cameras rolled, they delivered their verdict. And Meghan's reaction? Awkward smiles, tightened posture, and forced laughter as Norton attempted to lighten the mood. But her mask slipped. For the first time, Meghan was confronted not by journalists, not by palace insiders, but by ordinary British citizens, and they made their disgust known. This humiliation wasn't just personal, it was political. It was cultural. It was the voice of a public tired of being lectured by someone they feel used the crown as a stepping stone to Hollywood fame. But the controversy didn't end there. Critics point out that Meghan's very presence on Graham Norton was a calculated PR move, part of her ongoing attempt to rebuild her crumbling reputation. Coming back to a UK stage was meant to signal reconciliation, or at least relevance. Instead, it backfired spectacularly. Rather than softening the public, it hardened their stance. Meghan Markle is no longer welcome. What makes this moment so devastating is how it exposes the widening gulf between Meghan's self-image and how the world sees her. In California, she plays the role of a powerful humanitarian, a modern Diana, reshaping narratives. In Britain, she is seen as a destroyer of tradition, a woman who turned her back on duty and worse, profited from it. The boos on Graham Norton were not just spontaneous emotion, they were the embodiment of national resentment. And while Meghan's fans argue that the boos were unfair or orchestrated, the truth is undeniable. Her star power has collapsed in the very place she once sought to rule. In the end, Meghan Markle's appearance on the Graham Norton Show will be remembered not for her words, but for the boos that drowned them out. For a woman who thrives on controlling narratives, this was one script she couldn't rewrite. The promise of the thumbnail and title delivers here. Meghan was booed loudly, unmistakably, and irreversibly, a public declaration that Britain has moved on without her. And the symbolism could not be more brutal. Meghan thought she could return to the UK spotlight and charm audiences again. Instead, she was met with rejection louder than any applause she could have hoped for. The humiliation is complete. Her Hollywood dreams remain shaky, her royal bridges are burned, and now even the entertainment stage, once her domain, has turned hostile. The curiosity loop finally closes. This wasn't just a moment of awkward television. It was a verdict on Meghan Markle's legacy. She came seeking relevance, but she left with boos ringing in her ears, the sound of a duchess out of time, out of place, and out of favor. And perhaps the most controversial truth of all. For Meghan Markle, there may be no coming back from this.